Hello.
Hello again, guys.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Hey, Ruben.
Hello.
Hey, Prakash.
Hello. while we wait for Diego, can you tell me more about this price explainability thing? Never mind.
Ah.
Yes,
um,
never mind, I'm here. They haven't
hey,
given me the food, but they are supposed to give it to
where
me
are
in
you
any
now?
second. I'm here, but they're supposed to give it to me in any second now.
Okay. All right. All right.
But I will mute and listen and mute and listen so that I don't give you background noise on the side.
Okay, I think Ruben is also on his phone, right? So let me open my link. 1 second, or I don't know if Emmanuel, you have it open by any chance. Thank you, thank you. So I think a couple of changes we need to make, right? I think the first one is on the upfront section, Diego, the storylining, right, on the client ask. Is that something that you, Emmanuel and Henry, can help with today?
Yeah, I think that the first pass on the second page we can take that one. I think
Mm-hmm.
that would make most sense, and we can take that one.
Perfect. And then page 4 onwards, Ruben and I will take, right? And we will adjust it to the feedback that we got and the approach that we've aligned. So page 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Ruben and I will take, right? And 9, sorry. But I think generally, just to run through it quickly, I think the segmentation page, which is page 4, remains the same. We will just make the updates so that it shows Mexico map. Page 5 also stays, but we will call out that this is an optional function, right, of the segmentation, that we can differentiate it by different categories. Then page 6 remains the same on the refreshability of the segmentation, and then we essentially will be working mostly on page 7 and 8 to merge them and update to the latest approach that we've discussed, where we will be doing like a separate price and a separate promo segmentation, and introducing a new user segmentation module. And we will also discuss the apportioning logic. So that's where we're going to do the majority of the work. And then page 9 also largely remains the same. Until here, do you guys agree that that's like the high level summary of what needs to be updated?
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Then then I think that on the part of the Mexico, on the part of the data, no,
Yes, page 10.
eh, yeah, I page 10. I, I haven't heard back from Shiran, but
I
I
pinged
remember. Sorry,
I pinged him though as well. Let me ping him again.
because I remember he had good pages on the approaches here, you know, of how we have done the let's call it the upscaling, etc. No, and I know Tanya mentioned that let's give them options of if you don't have this data, etc. I wouldn't do that. I don't think that she had enough time to really listen to the approach, no, because this is data that exists and this is PMF, no. They are gonna have Nielsen and they are gonna have their own selling data, no. It's
Yes.
not too much to ask for them to have these two sources of data to do this approach. No, so I wouldn't give them options. I would tell them this is how we do it. No,
Yeah.
and then give the questions of if additional data, then etc. etc.
That's great.
etc.
Yeah.
for the other one. No, I wouldn't put the options like she mentioned.
I agree. I fully agree with you. And I just had a couple of questions, if I may talk you through my sticky notes, the millions of them that I've added. I'm just very curious about data because it's the crux of everything. So on the data available today, can we specify if their selling data is at daily or weekly level and also at the SKU level? Because we know it's at an outlet level, but do we know the time and product granularity they have?
Yes, they do. They do it. They have it. There's a party here. Eh, it's at SKU level. It's at you so it's at transaction SKU level.
Yes, perfect.
So they have
So
every ticket with SKU, etc.
so it's essentially transactional outlet SKU level.
Transactional,
Okay, great.
etc.
Okay, perfect. Then does it cover 100% of the market? So the selling data would be would be covering all outlets in traditional trade, right?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
The selling data has all of the outlets in
Yes,
traditional trade Mexico.
all
Okay,
of them.
um, then do we know what percent of the outlets Mi Negocio covers? Because somewhere I read that it's, I think, 600,000 outlets that have already signed up for it. Um, mhm,
There's two ways to think about mi negocio, no?
mhm,
So the transactional data at SKU level, they have it for everything, no? And mi negocio is actually the web, uh, the the e-commerce, the e-commerce web page, no? Where people can go and put own uh, their own orders. So it's not like the handheld application where the salesperson puts in the order. No, it's where the customer logs in by their
yes.
own person and puts the order. No, but what is happening right now is that they want to they have a different application where the salesperson puts the order. But what they want to do is they want to disappear that other application where the salesperson puts the order, and only Mi Negocio will exist, but with two different login modules. One for the salesperson and one for the business. You know,
Hmm.
so it will only it doesn't really matter how many exist right now. It's only gonna be that application in the end.
Okay, makes sense.
I
Cool.
don't know how many are right now, but I think there are more than 600,000 to be honest.
Makes sense. Okay. And do you know if they have good mapping files between their selling data and Nielsen and their outlet segments and outlet attributes? Have you ever looked at that, and does that exist? Because typically, with CPG companies globally, but specifically in Latin America, oftentimes these mapping files are a bit problematic, and that usually takes quite a lot of time to reconcile different data sets with each other.
Sorry, what mapping files? Like
So
what
for
character?
instance, if we
Mhm.
wanted to connect their selling data to Nielsen, right, at the let's say the product mapping between them, or the outlet to Nielsen segmentation or regions, right? Like mapping that will help us connect the different sellout and selling data sources.
To be honest, I have not tried to map the SKUs between Nielsen and them,
Okay.
but it should be a lot of work. No, that is work that if it's not done already, can be done in less than a week.
Yes,
To be honest.
it's a there is a lot of trickiness and a lot of trauma for us around it, but it's fine. Yes, it can be
Yeah.
done. It can be done.
It
But it's
is a
typically
traumatic
quite.
process. Yeah, I know.
It's
Well,
yeah. Sometimes it can become a bit strenuous. But okay, we don't need to do it. Don't need to know it now. And then finally, I guess when it comes to the route to market, right? Um, would it be, and maybe we discussed this, I just don't recall. Would it be
to be honest,
typically?
I'm
Mhm.
thinking about it, and I'm pretty sure they must already do it because they already have a pricing tools,
Yeah.
and I don't think
Okay.
that their pricing tool doesn't take into account any market data. No, it would be crazy.
Okay. Makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, it's not the most urgent one. On route to market, is it direct to outlets or is it through distributors or is it a mix? Because if it's not always direct to outlets, then we might like selling data might not be sufficient in itself, right?
Uh, for traditional trade, no, 98% is done direct to outlet.
Amazing. That's music to my ears. Okay, perfect.
There
Then
are
in the
some
yeah,
certain zones that are very dangerous where they don't do it themselves, but it's
yeah,
very few.
yes. Okay, makes sense. Then in the middle column, I don't know if Diego, you can see your screen, but we say outlet level
Sorry,
selling data.
and,
Yep.
and just so I remember, even in those areas where they don't do the distribution themselves, even the orders go through their own systems of handhelds. Now that I remember, so they have all the data of the orders. They have the data of the orders themselves.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Then in the middle one, we're showing outlet level selling data, aggregated market data, external geographic data, and then it goes back to outlet level selling data. Is it meant to be that way, the how we typically handle it section?
To be honest, I didn't do this page. It was done at 3 in the morning, and I
Okay.
wouldn't. I would feel free to change anything here. It's more
Got it.
illustrative and
Okay,
yeah.
okay, makes sense. Okay. And then I will make the changes then on the right hand side as well, right? Because I think we should talk about purchase structures and VTMs. And should we call out on the output that given that we're going to be using a combination of selling data with Nielsen, right, to get to the category view and the competitor lens, that of course there will be some, you know, accuracy limitations with this extrapolation approach, or you think that's very obvious and we don't need to specifically call it out?
I wouldn't call it out. I think that they are not dumb. They know that where when we extrapolate, it's an
Okay.
extrapolation. To
Okay.
be honest.
Okay. Sounds good. Those were all my questions. So let me then take this last page on data. And then if you essentially then Diego, Emmanuel, if you can help on the first two pages, and then Ruben and I will take the deep dive section, and then I will take the update on the data slide at the end. Okay.
Perfect. And then let's think through, guys, let's think through the part of the question. Or any ideas that you guys have for the questions? Now, please feel free to put them in, etc. Yeah? And to delete anything that doesn't make sense to you guys.
Okay. Sounds good. And Diego, I don't know if you're aware, but the meeting with the central team landed tomorrow.
No, I was not aware. I thought it was Thursday.
I know it literally came through like, I don't know, an hour ago from Tanya. So I'll ping Tanya if, because I just got a shadow invite. So let me ping Tanya. But just for the group to know, obviously we don't need to bring like a fully fledged perspective, but the pages like by the end of today slash tomorrow EU morning time should be in a good place. So ideally we'd update it, Ruben, maybe from our end, you know, in the next hour or so. And then Diego, if you can send it out to Tanya and Stan, right, and the group and the broader group, once you are also done with the changes, and I can make some tweaks in EU morning time with Ruben still. But it sounds like we're going to have the meeting tomorrow.
Do you know at
Tomorrow.
what time it is? The meeting?
Yes, it's at 11:30 Central Time.
Ah, so it's early even. Fuck.
Yes.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. But it's not with the Mexico team. It's with Arvind and Nityam, right? From the global team, as I understand it.
If it was with the Mexican team, I would be more comfortable because I know them.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
And
No, but
I'm used to iterate with them things.
but these guys are very cool, very very nice,
Okay.
and I don't think that they're gonna expect like a full-fledged proposal. So I
Okay.
think it's fine. They're very very nice, very nice people. So it's okay.
Okay. Do you know if Tanya invited me or not? I haven't seen.
I don't know, but I will check with her right now. Let me just see.
Yeah, if I did, um, I don't see it in my calendar, so I
I
think
will
not.
forward it to you and I'll text Tanya right now.
Yeah, just ask her because I have something at that time to see if I need to move it or not, or uh, uh, if I can move it now.
Yeah, I'll text you as soon as possible.
Because usually 11 Central Time, no? Okay.
Cool, cool. We have a plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank
Everybody is
you.
okay with the plan?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Thank you,
All
team.
right. Thank you,
Bye.
team. See
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.